Hello there, people of the internet. This is DinoSasha here, and welcome to another review. And today we're gonna take a look at the figure. It is the Kidzland Stegosaurus. Now, Stegosaurus, which means roof lizard, is a genus of a herbivorous four-legged armored dinosaur that lives in the late Jurassic period, about 155 to 145 million years ago, what is known as North America, Africa, and Europe. Now, the length was only at about 9 meters, and of course, 29.5 feet long, and weighed about 5.3 to 7 metric tons, or specifically 5.8.7.7 short tons. Now, there are also a much smaller relative, is only at about 7 meters, or 23 feet long, and weighs about 3.8 metric tons or 4.2 short tons. Now, there are only specimens of the Stegosauruses that actually exist, and they were identified as Stanops, Ungulaces. Okay, hold on. I'm just gonna. Oh yeah, there are two specimens like the Stegosaurus Stanops, Ungulatus, and Sulcatus. Now, Stegosaurus mainly herbivore and mainly eat plants, and they are a member of the family called Stegosauridae. And they live in the more specific in the more recent relation, alongside live with the Apatosaurus, Diplodocus, Brachiosaurus, Allosaurus, and Corvosaurus, and Dryosaurus. And also, it has a small brain that could be any living animal that live on Earth. Because they're dumb doesn't mean they have small brains. So, let's talk about the sculpt. Now, the sculpt on this herbivore looks fantastic. It looks rather already good on plastic, but I can steal it really good on me, because this is an impressive figure of that what Stegosaurus which should be resembled. So, really good skull, but I like in the details of the plastic. Now, the pose is just like unusual pose. This which should be more like an unusual pose. Instead, it's just to make it some sort of rubberish looking things. Now, it is my confirmed that the pose looks different because it's actually a movable pose. So, the details just make itself, because its details on a rubber stuff and everything else. Well, I agree, because, you know, I think I like rubber because this is really good for me. So, let's talk about the color scheme. The color scheme on the Stegosaurus looks absolutely green. It has a green things and that pinkish spot of the tail and the spikes and that on the plates, and of course don't forget about the nails. And yes, I don't know what you're thinking, but the nails on it and its eyes on it and the top of the head, we can see it has a orange eyes and a gray beak with a red tongue, which is painted good. And you know, the many people company that make it to figure, so I make it sense. So this is a really good animal on that. So, the accuracy looks like resemble of the Jurassic Park. If you don't really know it, I'm just thinking what is the real animal resemble like. So, basically it's a real animal, but I think it's more like a real monster. Well anyways, I'm bring up a ruler, so let's get this a measure. It turns off of the length of the tip of the tail, always tip of the snout, which is running at about, approximately 8 inches. Which is only at about, is less than a 20 centimeter, and the height, which is the on top of the plates, we're only at about 4.5 inches, and which is only at about 10.5 centimeters. And for our only comparison, I could bring up only one of our Stegosaurus relatives. Here is with the PNSO only dinosaur, Kidzland, the Stegosaurus. Now, I think this is my second favorite Stegosaurus. I widely should consider that the Stegosauruses are the main relatives, because they both live in the Jurassic period. Doesn't mean they have to coexist, because this one is living in Asia, and Stegosaurus right here live in only North America, especially Europe and Africa, which is from Tanzania. And yeah, I think it's considered that this Stegosaurus is a bit of a huge beast. You know, basically huge relatives, and basically are very good times. You know, I have basically resembled with Stegosaurus more related, and guess what? The Stegosaurus is actually a relative. And the rating, I'll give it 8.5 out of 10 because it's really good. But nobody reviewed this figure because this one is just plastic. I mostly use it for model and what the figure would look like. Yeah. So basically, that Stego is a bit of a really good animal on that part. So, this is the in construction of what the dinosaur is look like. And yeah, I don't know what you're thinking, but this animal looks really inspired. What did this redesign? Well, but unlike other figures, which is they cannot move with their limbs, this one right here, they can actually move limbs to limb, which is, I can move also the leg, remove the front legs, and I can use it for tail. Yeah, that's the tail for this creature. And also, I could do a funny thing. It's to turn the head upside down. You know, basically, this looks like it's a regulation with what dinosaur looked like. And yeah, I think what the dinosaur was known as, the Stegosaurus is a pretty cool dinosaur. Okay, I will turn your back on your head. So basically, but I have most other figures like the Carnegie Stegosaurus and Safari Stegosaurus, the old one. So basically, I like that Stegosaurus so much because it's a good reconstruction. And yeah, so basically, this Stegosaurus was nice. And I think that they had I put it on the, you know, I have my most favorite thing is it plays on the Stego, because this is known as that name. Stego means roof. And yes, I think that's a really design what this creature is look like. So, I'm gonna put that in on a very consideration. Also, I'm gonna put up some other main characteristic stuff. Like, guess what? I'm putting this on a continuous Gigantosaurus. Can do with partner-rapid cousins to defend itself from predators or any other natural enemies. And yeah, for the next review will be on a Safari Brachiosaurus. It's an upcoming review, and I will progress with that. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Hit the like, smash that subscribe button, and click the bell for notifications so you'll never miss the video. And leave a comment below, and I hope you see for another review about the Safari Ltd Brachiosaurus. Goodbye everyone, and see you all next time.